This is the Japan most of us recognize, congested and kinetic. But Japan also has a wild side. Beyond its crowded cities, especially in winter, Japan reveals moments of quiet and unexpected beauty. I'm Wolfe. This is Travels to the Edge. Japan is a chain of islands that lies to the east of the Korean peninsula in the North Pacific. We're visiting mountainous Honshu, the country's largest island, and rugged, sparsely populated Hokkaido to the north. The Japanese have a complex view of nature infused with ancient Shinto and Buddhist beliefs. It's this elusive quality that I'm trying to convey through my lens. Joining me is Lucy Kraft, a journalist who has worked on conservation issues in Japan for nearly a decade. Lucy, it's gorgeous up here.
Isn't it wonderful? I mean, this is one of the best kept secrets about Japan art. I mean, we always think of Japan as being cities, of being, Tokyo, this huge metropolis. But in fact, most of the country is mountainous. This is what really gave the Japanese the sense that there were gods up here, and they built lots of shrines to worship these gods.
Lucy, I'm sure that the other times of the year are really beautiful, but for my taste, coming here in the winter, it looks like a giant etching.
The Japanese have a very interesting way of how they perceive beauty. Their sense of beauty is always tinged with a little bit of sadness, a little bit of loneliness. That's what they find most appealing. A good example of that would be a snowflake. A snowflake is gorgeous in its perfection. It lasts a few seconds, it hits the ground, and then it's gone.
So the lesson is that life is transitory.
Koyasan was started as a religious place about 1,200 years ago. This is really where the gods of Shinto and Buddhism were thought to reside. People have been coming here on pilgrimages for over 1,000 years.
Can you explain to me the difference between Buddhism and Shintoism?
Shinto is the native religion of Japan. It's an animist religion. Everything, a tree or a rock or a bridge or anything could be a god in the Shinto religion. Buddhism was brought over from India by way of China. They sort of made it their own, and they put the two of them together. It's a very flexible way of approaching religion. They sort of believe in two at the same time.
It's snowing, a monk is sweeping the steps to the shrine. It's one of those moments that seems timeless. Right now, this Buddhist monk is walking towards me in the blowing snow. Just a beautiful, quiet scene.
The Japanese talk about something called mono no aware. It's this idea that nature is fleeting, people are fleeting, beauty is fleeting, and that's what makes it beautiful. You see this reflected in the temples that we're walking past. These aren't made out of granite or marble, they're made out of wood. This stuff's gonna rot away in a certain period of time.
Things are impermanent.
Exactly, and the things that are the most beautiful are just fleeting, as man is.
These monks are taking purified rice to the Buddhist temple. It's wonderful. These moments of quiet solitude and seeing tradition are ones that I'll take back to Seattle, and I'll just remember this moment. It's so peaceful. Tradition, atmosphere, peacefulness, it all comes together here at Koyasan. Where are you? Ah, yes, that's you. That's beautiful.
Thank you.
You two live in a beautiful place.
Oh, my best one.
The frozen, ethereal beauty of Japan is perhaps most untamed on the northern island of Hokkaido. It is freezing here in Hokkaido. It's 0 degrees Fahrenheit. I've come up a volcano to photograph a crater lake. This is Mashu Lake. I've been distracted by these beautiful dead birch trees that are right on the volcano's edge, and they're catching the first light of the rising sun. These trees are very, very expressive. They almost look like dancers, frozen in place with their limbs out there stretched, contorted, and suddenly my main subject becomes secondary to these beautiful trees. What I'm trying to do is take the Japanese aesthetic of simplicity and serenity and make it come alive in my photos. Hokkaido is a pretty surprising place.
Yeah, it is amazing. It's considered the wilderness of Japan. Was settled a lot later than the rest of Japan. It was originally inhabited only by Aborigines, the Ainu people. It's very sparsely populated. This is where Japanese come when they want to see nature.
I've got this entire lake to myself. That is myself and about 150 whooper swans. Beautiful, graceful swans that come down the coast of Siberia and winter over here on Hokkaido. Occasionally these birds sit up on their haunches and just flap their wings to just stretch like humans would. It's a beautiful sight. These whoopers have such an elegant shape that they're really revered by many cultures around the world. The Japanese in particular are drawn towards really simple and elegant forms. Just a very, very different shot of a whooper with their long necks tucked in to their feathers. Beautiful. This is the way photography should be.
This is a vast wetland. It's actually as big as central Tokyo.
This is the type of habitat that the red-crowned crane actually
The
prefers.
famous red-crowned crane that used to migrate all over Japan now is confined to this area.
Wow, listen to that. That's beautiful.
The crane is actually almost like the unofficial national bird of Japan. It's inspired so much poetry, so much literature, so much beautiful art. Wedding kimonos traditionally had this bird on the back of them. The crane, because it lives so long, because it mates for life, is a symbol of marital fidelity and long life.
What I love about these birds are just the dance, the graceful dances, and the wings go up and they just seem to interact so beautifully. Oh, the dancing is so cool. These birds are really performing for us. Look at that one dancing. Look at that. That is so beautiful. Okay, I am definitely a happy camper right now. They are so beautiful when they spread out those wings and just go straight up in the air.
Just like artwork.
When I was here 15 years ago, I didn't see these numbers. I wonder if they've increased since then.
Significantly. Just in the 1920s, there were just a few dozen. They thought they were going to lose them forever. We're up to about 1,000 birds now. This is because of feeding. They've had to feed them. Their habitat has shrunk and they don't have any food. This is a good thing and a bad thing. It's a good thing in that their numbers have increased, but they don't migrate anymore, which is always bad for the gene pool. There's great fear among the bird conservation societies that one fell swoop from a disease would wipe the whole flock out. People often think if you leave nature alone, it will take care of itself. People don't realize that nature is itself artificial. These animals are living in vastly reduced habitats, and they need help if they're going to stay healthy and alive.
Back on the island of Honshu, one mountain is iconic. Fuji is Japan's most famous landmark. The Japanese love Fuji. I have found my spot, and it's down in this frozen mud. There's this tiny little pond that's maybe 15 feet across. And in this pond, when the wind dies down, I can get a really nice reflection. What makes this mountain so famous in my mind is the beautiful symmetry of the summit. The light is happening. Beautiful pink alpenglow, just reaching the summit now. On a sublimely beautiful morning like this, you can really understand why the Japanese love Fuji-san. These are snow macaques, or Japanese macaques, also known as snow monkeys. These are adorable macaques that live in the very precipitous mountains of central Japan on Honshu Island. They have been habituated over the years. They're drawn towards the natural hot springs. They're the most northern primate on Earth, and they're the only primate that has learned to bathe. The story of the bathing began back in the 1960s when the young ones, which are naturally curious, got into the hot springs at a lodge down the valley. So many monkeys were coming into the lodge, it got to the point that the lodge put in this hot spring up the valley so that these monkeys would have their own hot spring. This little monkey is so adorable and it's so curious. Oh, no. Oh, he's got a rock in his mouth. Oh, that's too cute. Oh, baby. Ah, he even makes sound. It's like a squeeze toy. His eyes are so clear and his little hands are so amazing. Oh, this is a nice shot. Got great shots of monkeys jumping across this rock. They're coming right over this snow-covered rock. Beautiful shots, getting him in mid-flight. Here goes one right now. I got 3 snow macaques right on the edge of this mountain stream. Just a conglomeration of fur and pink little faces. It's really adorable. It's how they survive in this very harsh environment, is the ability to stay close together for warmth and security, just as tight as 3 animals could possibly be. This is why I travel so much. Moments of intimacy like this really reward me. Not only am I getting some great shots, but it's also an excellent opportunity to witness behavior, just to see how these primates interact with one another, the play behavior, the aggression between babies, the scolding. These are undoubtedly the cleanest monkeys in the world. Every winter, on the coldest day of the year, a unique Shinto festival gets underway just before midnight. We are in the middle of one of the oldest shrines in Japan, in Okayama. This is one of the most important evenings of the year. It's the Naked Man Festival. Before the end of the evening, over 9,000 men will vie for 2 wooden amulets called shingi. And if they get that amulet, they will have good luck for the rest of the year. These men are shouting, "Wachoi, wachoi," wonderful, wonderful. Now it's starting to get interesting as hundreds of men start circling through and taking a purifying bath. They're cold, they're wet, they're drunk. This tradition goes back 500 years, and in modern Japan, it's really exciting to see traditional ways being celebrated on such a massive scale. Talk about a sea of humanity. It literally looks like a sea of ebbing and flowing as these people keep pushing each other. All you can see is heads and arms and torsos interlocked and swaying back and forth. This is chaos. Look at them fall. Now it happens. This is amazing. Two very lucky guys in the crowd, and for the rest, there's always next year. The shrine known as Kasuga Taisha is one of the most revered in all of Japan, with over 3,000 lanterns on the grounds. The lighting of the lanterns is a 900-year-old tradition that marks the transition from winter into spring. This is the moment where I really feel this tradition. The monks are chanting, the candles are lit, and it's very, very mystical. I love the textures, the feeling, the ambiance, the mysticism of these temples. The ancient traditions are everywhere you look. It just is magical for me. The Japanese know that beauty is fleeting. As a photographer, I can relate to this awareness, that things move us with their impermanence. I'm Art Wolfe. Join me next time on Travels to the Edge.
Eu sou o Art Wolfe. Junte-se a mim em Viajando aos Extremos.
Versão brasileira, Alcateia.